So today, the comparison, MGM versus Bally/Horseshoe. I kept the hours the same, but first, the factors. MGM, let's see if I can get this info on the screen the way I'm planning it and editing. MGM is a very low frequency of payouts. It's difficult to get the promos at MGM. The high hand requires both cards, and aces full is the minimum. You don't hit aces full or better that often, let alone using both cards in your hand. I mean, sometimes it's like straight flush, 4 on board, you have 1 in your hand. But using both cards is more difficult, of course. So it's tough to hit the high hands. With everyone going for these rakeback hours, it was difficult to qualify for the weekly player appreciation tournament. Usually it's like 22, 23 hours get you in. I think it was like 45 plus for this one during the rakeback period. The rakeback period, not that it was difficult to get hours in, I mean, difficult in the sense that you'll want to like pull your hair out or like just leave because the games can get really stale. But high payouts, 60 hours, you got $599. And Royals, each suit is a different amount, it's progressive, but you don't hit Royals that much. So it's infrequent how often you're gonna hit any of those things, but when you do, the payout can be large. Bally's is the opposite. Their high hand is you only need to use 1 card in your hand. The lowest full house possible goes up on the board, 2's full of 3s. That high hand has hit, there have been rollovers. And the player appreciation tournament, not difficult to play 15 hours in 3 days in Bally's, and sometimes there's not many people in it. The last one, the one I just played like minutes ago, we had 39 people, 36 got paid. So it's not a very high amount when you hit a promo in Bally's, but it happens more frequently. So very different types of rooms and promos. I was able to compare MGM and Bally's, but I was able to keep one variable the same, the amount of hours. Played about 30, it was 29 and change in both rooms. So MGM up top, 29.11 hours played, 41 and a half hands won. I paid $62 into the fund. I got 200 back for cashing in my 25 hours of play in the rakeback scenario. So I was $138 ahead. Bally's, on the other hand, 29.77 hours played. I won 46 hands. I paid $61 into the fund, and I got back 185 plus 185. 185 for each player appreciation tournament, $370. So I was $309 ahead. Promo money received versus promo money paid. So there it is on the screen. You could compare both. This video is not really like which one is better. The original question from Rich was like, there was a thought that maybe in these types of games, during these types of promos, someone might be winning so many very small pots that it's not worth it. So in neither room was that the case for me this time. I understand it's a small sample, but it didn't happen this time. You know what I think was helping me? I think a lot of the smaller pots I won had $0 paid into the promo fund. So if a hand in either room ends pre-flop, no money gets taken in rake, no money gets taken in promo dollars either. You need to go to a flop. So the real concern, I guess, would be like raising to like 12 or 15. Say you raise to 12 in a 1-3 game and one person calls who is not the blinds. So it's $12 from you, $12 from the caller, that's $24. $1 from the small blind, $3 from the big blind, $28. And you're already at max promo fund taken out. $2 gets taken out and goes into the promo fund, and then you bet the flop, the other player folds. You're not winning that much, but you're paying the maximum for that hand into the promo fund. If you win your hands pre-flop, and in games, in these rooms, there are plenty of times I'm just raising rags, looking to take it down pre-flop. Yeah, you don't win much, but nothing gets put into the promo fund if there's no flop. So I think there were way more hands I raised pre, and that was the end of the hand. Not so many hands I raised pre and c-bet the flop, and the hand ended there. I think it was a lot of hands that ended pre, I paid nothing into the promo fund, and hands that were like, there were bets on several streets and all-ins and showdowns. And yeah, most of the hands where I paid the maximum of $2 into the fund was a large pot, so it was like worth it. So yeah, even though MGM was like not that much I got back at all, $200, it couldn't be much less. I still only paid $62 into the fund, and in terms of the fund, what I paid in, what I got out, I was $138 ahead. A very nice amount ahead in Bally's, $309 ahead, so there it is. Counted for 30 hours in each room, gave you the MGM numbers, gave you the Bally's numbers, and gave you the comparison, and that's that. And this guy might want to play this machine, so I'm going to get out of here. And remember, rice is a spoon food.